Just above Sabbath Day Lake in central Maine, the last Shaker community straddles an old road in the midst of 1,800 acres of forest and farmland. At its peak, there were nearly 200 members here. Now the three remaining are Brother Arnold Had, 53. He came here when he was 20. Sister June Carpenter is 72 and too shy for an interview. She's been here for 21 years. And Sister Frances Carr is 83. She was brought here when she was 10.
I hope and I pray with all my heart that we're not the last three Shakers.
As long as we do God's work, I believe in the essence of my soul that there will always be vocations sent to this way of life.
Shakers originated in England in the 1700s, an ecstatic offshoot of the more sedate Quakers, led by a charismatic preacher Shakers call Mother Ann Lee. Like today's Pentecostals, Shakers who felt the Holy Spirit would roll and twirl and speak in tongues. Shaking Quakers, they were called. Shakers. Mother Ann taught that lives devoted to God could best be lived in isolated and disciplined communities in which members would share all they owned, as did the earliest Christians.
It's giving yourself and all that you may possess to God and to the community.
The goal was nothing less than working to become perfect and to achieve salvation and heaven in this life.
It's a prefigurement of the kingdom, and the whole idea is to live the kingdom life here and now. The things that we do, we're not motivated by gain or selfish gain. It's not private. It's not for ourselves. It's for God and for this community. The personal pronouns have to be changed. It's not me, my, and I. It's ours.
So, in the Sabbath Day Lake Cemetery, there are 150 individual graves, but just one all-inclusive marker.
We think of Father, Mother God, not just as God as a father.
The eternal God, our Father and Mother, we thank you for bringing so many good friends.
God is all spirit, and God has the strength of the male and the tenderness and love of the female.
It followed that men and women must be treated equally, but they were strictly separated. Mother Ann thought sex and marriage interfered with devotion to God.
It was to imitate the life of Christ. So we're celibate because Christ was celibate. We live in community because Christ and his disciples lived in community. We're pacifists because Christ was a pacifist.
I asked Brother Arnold how a Shaker deals with celibacy.
You just deal with it. I think that has to come as a gift from God. I really do. You have to be married to Christ. I mean, Christ has to be your lover. It doesn't work any other way. Because you have to feel so attuned to that spirit and so in love with God that it can fill any void that you might have in your life.
Shakers were widely admired for their craftsmanship, such as graceful chairs and other furniture. Also for their 100 or more inventions, such as the flat broom.
Everything that we strive to make, either for our own use or for sale to the world, is done as perfectly as we possibly can.
At Sabbath Day Lake, they grew herbs and sold herbal medicine and seeds. They have 19,000 apple trees, far too many for them to manage, so they rent the orchard out. As an elder, trustee, and spokesman, Brother Arnold has many responsibilities.
Okay, guys, let's go.
He also feeds the sheep and Scottish cattle twice a day.
Our founder, Mother Ann, said, hands to work, hearts to God. So for us, work is worship. If you did something so menial as cleaning a toilet, that can be actually an act of worship because it's not being done for yourself, but it's being done for God. It's being done for others.